Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to be doing the back or the other sides for the female now. So this will be relatively quick because, or I think quicker because it's just basically the same thing, just more feminine. So let's go ahead and get started with the back. So once again we start off with the cranium, and I'm just going to be softening all these. So I'm not going to be defining every single muscle there is out there. Let me see if I'm zoomed out all the way. Yes I am. So let me go ahead and just put this more towards the center so you guys can see better. So once again, we do our cross line towards a 3/4 view. Then we have the 1/3 mark. That's basically the eye line kind of crossing over. And here we have our jawline, which is smoother than the male. So rather than going up like this, it's more like this, more smooth. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me draw a little bit darker. That's better. So once again, we start off with the base of the neck here, the top. Then we have a cervical neck, a cervical spine, 1, thoracic, 2, 3, lumbar, and then we have our tailbone. I probably should have drawn this a bit smaller, but we'll have to see how big it is. Whoops, pardon the amount of noise. Okay. Here we have the neck, which is sort of similar to a cylinder. Let's draw in the rib cage, which I would just make just a little bit smaller just because it's prettier. And then I would make the trapezius and all the legs smoother. But first, let's put in the scapula. So one scapula, about 1 hand length down. So we have our scapula here, and the scapula more angled the other way. And from here we have the clavicle, or kind of, I forgot what it's called, but basically from the scapula, there's like this little overhang bone here that kind of looks like the scapula, and it kind of connects to the, it connects to the clavicle. So that's why it kind of looks like we have like 2 clavicles or something, one from the back and one from the front, but that's where it connects. And here we have our arm. Let's see if I should make it more of a pose. Nah, I think I'll just keep it more simple. So I'm just keeping it more resting. So let me go ahead and move everything up. Whoa, be careful not to drop my color pencils because those are expensive. I was testing them earlier and I think they looked really nice, so I'm excited to just show you guys what it looks like. Come on, close. There. Sorry if that was loud. Okay, so now let's go up to the lower leg. Hopefully it all fits. I probably made it a little bit too big, but oh well. So for the butt area, we kind of just draw a little bit of the pelvis in here. And I would actually just go ahead and draw the muscles. So we have the gluteus maximus, or the tensor fascia, and the gluteus medius kind of bunching up a little bit here. And then as it goes down, here we have a larger bottom, almost kind of like a pear shape. Whoops, that was too high. Oh, sorry. So I just drew here one higher up with the tensor fascia and the rest, and then the gluteus maximus. Gluteus maximus, yes. Yeah, I indeed drew this way too big. I don't think it'll fit. Let me think. How am I supposed to fix this? Let me just sketch in real quick. Maybe I'll bend this leg, just to show you what it looks like. And then here we have the other leg. I think it will. Yeah, it can fit. Yeah, it can fit. I'll scrape by. Yeah, that's about as high as it can go. I reached all the way to the bottom of the paper. Okay, so once I blocked out the legs very simply with just rectangles, we can just go ahead and do that. So once we have everything blocked out, we can go ahead and just draw the rest. So I'm just going to be softening most of these here, making the trapezius more smooth looking, making the back more flowing, Here we have the lats and everything. If I want to make the arm a little bit more outward, I'm going to put the crease or the deltoid up here, and I'm going to have it push more back. Here we have the elbow. This is facing back. And then here we have the forearm. So notice I'm not making her too bulky because I want her to be more smooth, and that's just a just artistic taste. I'm just readjusting here. Maybe I can give her a cute little hand pose as well at the bottom. Maybe have her finger, two of the fingers kind of bunching together, and one, the pinky, maybe kind of like lifting up a little bit. We have the deltoid at the back as well. And then we can kind of push this more towards the back. Maybe you can bend this a little bit. So we have the elbow, forearm muscle, kind of towards the back, and then it curls back in. And I'm actually going to make the butt just a little bit bigger just because I want to differentiate between the hips and the curves just a little bit more, so she's more of an hourglass, and this is just a preference. I like doing this because it feels more curvaceous and more feminine. And I like femininity a lot because it just gives, it just has its own character, you know. I know that people nowadays want to be a tomboy, which is not bad, but I feel like femininity is something that is really nice to have as well. I like being feminine. It's just nice. It gives a nice kind of breath of fresh air in a way. I mean, anyways, that's enough digressing. Here we have connected back into the obliques. Our obliques are attached on top of our pelvis. And I'm actually going to shrink the shoulder just a little bit more up here because it looks a little bit too broad. If you want to erase the inside skeleton, go ahead and do that. Sometimes it can be a little bit distracting, so you can go ahead and erase that. So here I'm going to add in the spine area, and then I'm going to add in the clavicle, or not clavicle, the scapula at the back. It should be a little bit bigger, I believe. Oh well, I think that should be good enough. If you want to add a little bit of muscle definition, go ahead and do that as well. It depends on your character. And we can just extend out this arm again. Yeah, so far so good. Looks nice and smooth. I know that her boobs aren't big, or many kinds of boobs aren't really that big, except for some. But I want to add just a little hint of it, just to kind of give more of a curvaceous feel. Just because her arm's kind of blocking the way. Now let's go ahead and draw the bottom part. So girls' torsos tend to be a lot longer, while their legs tend to be shorter looking, so this is completely normal. My legs tend to be shorter than my torso, and it's also more attractive to look at a longer torso because it feels very like stretched out. So yeah. Here we have the adductors, kneecap. We have the bicep femoris kind of bending out. Then we have the calf muscle kind of bunching up a little bit. So because I'm not putting a lot of muscle definition, it looks a lot smoother and more feminine. So as you can see, that creates a big difference. So sometimes when you create a male character that is more feminine looking or more androgynous looking, most of the work can just be done by smoothing out their features, not necessarily putting more curves because that's more feminine, but just smoothing out their muscle structure so it looks more what's the word? Not as aggressive. I was gonna say beta, but that's a little bit too harsh. I'm kidding, guys. Anyways, so here we have the heel. Then we have the bottom of the foot. And because it's on the outside, we have the pinky toe. So that can bend backwards, bend out more, what I mean. You can add a little bit of the thumb just for more flair. Now let's go ahead and draw the other leg. I think it should be a bit more straight than what I had earlier. So once again, adductors. Bicep femoris, kind of just hinting at it right there. Calf. Kneecap. Calf. Now we can erase the skeleton. And I will be drawing different types of male and female bodies, so stay tuned for that. And here we have the heel at the bottom. And we can indicate the big toe and then the other toes at the back. So that is our back view for the girl. In fact, I feel like let me think. I think it looks fine as it is. Anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.